Hi guys, I think I'm live now. If you can hear me, everything.
Yes, I think I'm live.
Just message on the chat. I'll be looking at the chat. As usual, we'll be starting our quiz at exactly 9 p.m. today. If you want to take part in this, please go to cracku.in/live. Today we'll have 8 questions in geometry. In my opinion, geometry is the most important topic for XAT Quant. The second most important is number systems, and the third most important is arithmetic. From these 3 topics, you'll be getting at least 60% of the questions. And so it is super important that you do a thorough revision of both geometry as well as number systems. And that is what we'll be focusing on in the last 8 to 9 days. We'll have 8 questions. People who come in the top 3 will get access to our XAT mocks. All our XAT mocks are in the latest pattern and they're being taken by hundreds of students. So they'll get access to our 5 XAT mocks package for free. So this is about it. Before we start the test, I'll be taking some questions now. Let me see what the questions have been asked. Anmol Singh is saying, hello sir, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? Karsh, hello sir, good evening, how are you? Even I'm good, I hope you are also good. Dharan is saying, when will the CAT results be announced? Any idea? I think the last 2-3 years, they're announcing it just one day before that. So if the pattern continues, I think they will announce it around Jan 2nd or 3rd. Let us see. But I think most likely they will be announcing it by the end of first week. Arun Ganesh is saying, I never heard back from Cracku content creator job. We are extremely sorry, Arun. We got a lot of applications. We interviewed some people and we have hired some people. If you are really interested, please send a mail to support@cracku.in. Send your resume and your CAT scorecard. We will definitely get in touch with you. I know that we haven't gotten back to all the guys, all the good candidates. There were many good candidates that we missed out, but it is just that there were just so many applications that we couldn't really do justice to many of the good candidates. Sabyasachi Mishra is saying, sir, how accurate is your percentile predictor? Our percentile predictor, I think, is the trend, I think, is definitely quite accurate. By trend, I mean that which way the scaling will go across the 3 different slots. I think that will be pretty correct. Even the 99 percentile, I think will be good. 90 to 99, even 95 and 90, I think we will be fairly accurate over there. But I think as we go lower, the accuracy will not be so high, in my opinion also. The reason for that is because we have based our predictions on the data that we have. I think close to 25,000 people have uploaded their scorecard. So we know the data of the 25,000 people that is there with us. But most of these 25,000 people are the guys who have actually done well in the examination. So our accuracy at the top, I think, will be pretty good. But lower down, I think at around 60 percentile, 70 percentile and 80 percentile, it might not be very good. This is my opinion, but yeah, let us see. We try to do a good job, but again, let us see only after the results are out, will we know how good our predictions were. Gaurav Nandi is asking topics to focus on. I think I just mentioned in quant, the most important things are 3 topics. One is geometry, which we'll be covering today. The second one is number systems, and the third is arithmetic. These 3, I think, are the most important topics for XAT. Anmol Singh is saying, sir, are you drinking tea or coffee? I'm just drinking hot water. I drink a lot of hot water because I teach a lot, I talk a lot, so my throat gets starts paining after some time. Arista Amulduke is saying, sir, how to remember the basics of geometry? Unfortunately, there is no like a magic formula that you should use to solve all the questions. You'll have to just practice as much as you can. In the last 9 days, one of the first things that I would recommend you, many people are asking what they should do in the last 9 days. First thing you should do is look at all the previous papers for XAT. Go through all the XAT previous papers, especially in the decision making section. You know where you can download the XAT previous papers, right? All the XAT previous papers in a PDF form can be downloaded in our Cracku website. The link to download all the previous papers, XAT previous papers, will be given in the chat. Just download all of them and go through them thoroughly. Second, as we have just posted in our chat also, we have all the formulas, the important formulas that are needed for XAT, CAT and all the MBA exams. So download all those formulas and try to understand how to apply each of these formulas. Lastly, I think you have 9 days. So I would recommend you to take at least 3 XAT mocks. Cracku is offering 5 XAT mocks. You can get 5 XAT mocks for just rupees 299. All of them are in the latest pattern and they have detailed solutions. If you are looking to enroll to our XAT mocks, please send a mail to support@cracku.in and we'll get in touch with you. I think this is what you should do. First, go through all the XAT previous papers as much as you can. Then thoroughly understand all the formulas and how they have to be applied. Try to download any of the PDFs that we have given. And finally, take 3 or 4 XAT mocks in the remaining 9 to 10 days. Gaurav Nandi is saying, can we ignore PNC? I would say right now don't focus too much on PNC because there is a lot of scope for you to make mistakes in the examination. So try to first get the low hanging fruits. We have close to 100 people who are online right now. If you guys can please like the stream, it will reach more people. Ravi Book is saying, sir, can you please extend the XAT crash course till IFT? I'm finding the content quite useful, hence the request. Please send a mail to support@cracku.in. I'm not the guy who's in charge of the deadlines or the timelines. I'm only the guy who teaches. So if you send a mail to support@cracku.in, the required team will do its best. Gaurav Goyal is saying, sir, I mailed you several times to work with Cracku but got no response. Sir, I really want to work with Cracku. Please look into it. I'm really sorry, Gaurav, if we haven't gotten back to you. But again, just send a mail to support@cracku.in. We'll definitely look at it. Okay, guys, go to cracku.in/live. The session will have 8 questions today. The questions are not very difficult. They are slightly on the easier to difficult, medium difficulty level. Especially, I think the first 2 to 3 questions are definitely quite easy. The first 1-2 questions we always keep them to be easy because we want more people to actually participate and not get very scared. What we believe is that if you answer the questions like in an actual examination, your accuracy will improve and even your confidence on the day of the examination will improve if you solve these kind of questions like a test. Dhanush Varun is saying, will this live stream be available on YouTube channel for future reference? Yeah, it will be available. So you can look at even our previous streams. We have done some very important streams. We have done a stream for XAT geometry earlier. We have done one stream for number systems and we have done one stream for arithmetic. This is the second stream we are doing for geometry. You can also make use of the streams that we did for CAT because the quantitative ability part of CAT and XAT are quite similar. XAT, in my opinion, will be slightly on the more difficult side as compared to CAT, but even those streams I think will be very useful to you. JBIMS is saying, not preparing for XAT but here to just like the stream. Keep up the good work, Cracku. Thanks a lot, JBIMS. Ari Agarwal is saying, should I go to SIBM Pune or SCM HRD if I get a call or try for that again? See, these kind of questions are difficult to answer unless I know your profile, unless I know your 10th score, your 12th score, how much you have scored in your BTech. So until I know your profile very well, whether you're doing a job, whether you like your job, what you want to do after your MBA. So unless I consider all of these things, I don't want to generally answer that you should either take CAT again or you should join this specific college. So what I would suggest right now is that if you're taking all the examinations, try to do the best job that you can. Try to get as high marks as possible in each of these examinations. And once you get your interviews, prepare for them also quite seriously as if you intend to join them. Once you convert as many institutes as possible, then you can take a call. Right now, I think thinking about these kind of decisions is just not very productive because it won't really matter. Right now, what you think will not really matter unless you have a seat from one of these institutes. So right now, just focus on maximizing your score and trying to convert any of the shortlist that you get. Pradyum Nopal is saying any decision making streams from Saili ma'am anytime soon. Yeah, she will probably do 1 or 2 streams on decision making next week. So if you want to listen to that, can you guys please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. Then whenever she goes live, you will immediately get a notification. Mahima Jain is asking minimum number of safe attempts in QA for XAT. Again, these are questions I don't want to answer because going into an examination thinking that these are the number of questions I want to attempt, I think is not a very good strategy. Try to maximize your score. For example, if you're looking at CAT this time, if somebody has asked what is the safe number of LRDI questions to attempt, and if they prepared that way thinking that okay, I have to attempt say 15 questions or I have to attempt say 10 questions, all of those strategies will go for a toss. The only strategy which I think is a good strategy is to try to maximize your attempts and maximize the score that you're going to get. Don't go in with a preconceived notion that you have to attempt these many number of questions because you don't really know how difficult the paper will be. Smarty Sharma is saying, thanks for this type of session, sir. They're very helpful. Thanks a lot, Smarty. If you guys can please like this stream, that will mean a lot to us. And we are also starting our course for CAT 2021. Many people have found our CAT 2020 course to be extremely useful. The CAT 2021 course will be starting very soon. We will be launching it. We have just launched one batch, but we'll be launching another batch in January. If you're looking to enroll to it, please send a mail to support@cracku.in. This course will have all the videos starting from basics, and it will even cover all the videos which are important for people who have taken CAT multiple times. That is, people who are quite thorough with their basics. This will be very useful even for them. We are also launching our CAT 2021 daily target course. Last year's daily target was very well received by thousands of people. So this year's CAT daily target course will be starting immediately after that. The first daily target will be out on Jan 4th. In my opinion, to prepare for CAT, the best way to practice is by enrolling to the CAT daily target course. So if you're looking for a very good place to enroll, a very good place to practice CAT level questions, please do enroll to our CAT daily target course. In the next 2 minutes, we'll be starting our quiz. It will start at exactly 9 p.m. If you have just joined the stream, please like it. We have close to 80 likes and we have 150 people who are watching it. So if we get some more likes, that will be very useful for us. And if you want to take part in the test, please go to cracku.in/live. Marty Sharma is saying, after seeing your 101 by 102, 102 by 102 in CAT 19, I got inspired. And this time I'm scoring 56 in Quant. Thanks again. I'm actually quite happy for you. 56 in Quant I think is a very good score. So if I have played some part by inspiring you, I'm actually quite honored. I hope you get shortlist and you'll do well in the interviews also. But also try to focus on the examinations that are coming, like XAT, IFT, all these examinations. Try to do well even in them. Anmol Singh is saying in the previous XAT papers, he found the Quant to be easier than CAT. Am I wrong? I'm not so sure. In my opinion, I felt the XAT papers to be Quant section to be more difficult than CAT. But maybe it is just subjective. Nipun Jain is saying, sir, is it available free for 24 hours? That I think is the plan. But again, as I said, I am not in charge of all the strategy and all the decision making. The plan right now, in my opinion, is to keep them free for 24 hours. But the other directors who are in charge of the strategy and all, they will decide it. Okay, guys, can you please go to cracku.in/live? If you go to cracku.in/live, the first question will be coming in exactly 1 minute or maybe lesser. This, in my opinion, is not a very difficult question. This is a slightly easy question. If you know the answer, just don't post it in the chat. Just go to cracku.in/live and attempt the test, because there are many people who are trying to attempt it like a test. So if you post the answer, then they will probably be. We are close to 160 people who are live now. You guys can just please like the stream. That will mean a lot to us. It will help us in reaching more people. We have also launched a decision making course for XAT. So if you're looking to enroll to it, if you're looking for a good place in which you can learn the decision making theory, which will help you a lot in XAT, please enroll to our XAT decision making course. The link to enroll to it is also given in the description and also in the chat. So let us try to see how many people have gotten this correct. I'm actually a little disappointed that only 20 people got this correct and 64 people have gotten this wrong. Because in my opinion, this was not a very difficult question, and that was the reason we have actually put this over here, because we wanted to start off by giving a very simple question. Let me try to answer this question now. So in this question, we are required to find out which of the following cannot be the ratio of an acute angle triangle. If you are looking at angles in an acute angle triangle, if the angles are in the ratio A is to B is to C, such that A is less than or equal to B is less than or equal to C, in an acute angle triangle, the largest angle will be less than 90 degrees. That is the definition of an acute angle triangle. So if you are taking the ratios of the three angles as A is to B is to C, such that A is less than or equal to B is less than or equal to C, and you want C, that is the largest angle, to be strictly less than 90 degrees, what this would mean is that if you sum up the two smaller angles or the ratios, then A plus B has to be strictly greater than C. So if the two smaller angles are strictly greater than the third angle, then it is an acute angle triangle. If you are looking at the first option, the ratio is 1 is to 9 is to 9. And if you sum up the two smaller angles, that is 1 plus 9, that will equal 10, which is greater than 9. So this is an acute angle triangle. If you are looking at the second ratio, that is 2 is to 3 is to 4. If you sum up 2 and 3, you are getting 5, which is greater than 4. So this is also an acute angle triangle. If you're looking at option D, that is 1 is to 1 is to 1. So if you sum up 1 and 1, that will be 2, which is again greater than 1. So this is also an acute angle triangle. In fact, this is a special case of an acute angle triangle where this is also an equilateral triangle, because all the three angles are the same. If you're looking at C, it is 1 is to 2 is to 3. So if you add up 1 and 2, you're getting 3, which is exactly equal to the third angle, which is also equal to 3. What this would imply is that 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, or the sum of the two smaller angles will be equal to the third angle, or this would imply that the largest angle is actually equal to 90 degrees. So this is a right angle triangle, and hence this is not an acute angle triangle. So the correct answer is option C. Now let us look at the next question. This also, in my opinion, is not a very difficult question. Again, I hope to see more people get it correct. At least more than 20 that got it correct that got the last question correct. We have close to 177 people who are watching this live. If you guys can please like the stream, because we, not just me, but my entire team is working, and if they see that a lot of people have liked the stream, they will feel quite encouraged. Ankit Malik is saying, I applied for content creator, but there was no response from your end. Does this mean I'm rejected? Unfortunately, Ankit, we received, or fortunately or unfortunately, we received a lot of very good candidates. So we were not able to shortlist all the candidates who we felt were good. So we shortlisted some of them and we interviewed and we hired some of the people. But if you're interested to join us, please send a mail to support@cracku.in. Please send your resume as well as your CAT scorecard, and we will definitely get in touch with you. The reason we were not able to get in touch with you is just because we received so many applications that we couldn't shortlist all the good candidates. Tushar Kolia is saying, in your last session, you told me to practice geometry more. Here I am doing the same. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Tushar. Please subscribe to our channel also. Please click on the bell icon. So this is a important question. This kind of questions, or the concept that is behind this question, in my opinion, is quite important. Not just for XAT, but for all the MBA exams. So if you have a triangle, let us say the triangle is ABC, and you take the midpoint of AB. Let us assume that this is a point D, and you take the midpoint of AC. Let us say this is E, and you join both of these points. Then you will be getting a line which will be parallel to BC and exactly half of its length. That is, if you assume that the length of BC is small a, the length of DE will be equal to A by 2. This is true for all triangles and for all the sides. Using this theorem, if you're trying to solve this question, we know that BC is equal to 12 centimeters. So the length of FE will be 12 by 2, which is equal to 6 centimeters. Similarly, the length of DE will be equal to 6 divided by 2, which is 3. And the length of FD will be equal to 8 divided by 2, that is equal to 4. Essentially, each of the side of the smaller triangle DEF is exactly equal to half the side of the bigger triangle, which is ABC. So if you are comparing the areas will be equal to, the ratio of the areas will be half into half, which is 1 by 4. So the correct answer over here will be option C. Let us look at the next question. Cat taker is saying, sir, how do I avail the prize after coming in the top 3? I am hoping that you are first registered with your original name and not by a fake name. If you are registered with the original name, please send a mail to support@cracku.in. Give a screenshot or something to verify that you are actually the guy who has come in the top 3. Then we'll get in touch with you and we'll give you access to the 5 XAT marks that we promised. This is also, in my opinion, a interesting question. It is not a very difficult question, but I found this question to be an interesting question. Last question, I think 70 people got it correct, so that is good. First one was only 20 people were able to get it correct. Anyway, let us try to answer this question. We also have a very active Telegram group. Our Telegram group is focused on CAT 2021. So if you are a student who is looking for guidance in cracking CAT 2021, please do join our Telegram group. We have just posted the link to join our Telegram group. We have close to 7,000 people who are part of this Telegram group, and it is, in my opinion, a very useful group. Okay, let us try to answer this question now. Many people have gotten all the 3 questions correct, so that is good to see. So in a square PQRS, so this is a square PQRS. There are 2 points A and B. They are on PS, so let us assume that this is A and SR. Over here. Sorry, there is a point on PS, so this is A and SR, so this is B. So A is on the line PS and B is on the line SR, such that PA is equal to 2AS. So if you are assuming that this is 2x, this will be equal to x, and RB is equal to 2BS. So again, if because this is a square, if this is 2x, this will be equal to x. We are also told that each side of the square, that is PQ, is equal to 6 centimeters. So if PQ is equal to 6 centimeters, PS will also equal 6 centimeters. So 2x plus x will be equal to 6 centimeters, or the value of x will be equal to 6 by 3, which is equal to 2 centimeters. So let us try to simplify this so that there is no confusion. So PA will be equal to 2x, which is 4 centimeters, and AS will be equal to 2 centimeters. Similarly, SB will be equal to 2 and BR will be equal to 4. This is the information that is given to us. We are required to calculate the area of triangle ABQ. So let us first join A to Q. Let us also join B to Q, and then let us join A and B. So we are required to calculate the area of the triangle ABQ. So there are multiple ways in which you can solve this. You can first try to calculate the length of AB, that will be the base of the triangle, and then you can try to calculate the height, that is if you draw a perpendicular from Q to the line AB and then try to calculate its length. But in my opinion, that is a very long way. So there is a simple, elegant way in which you can solve it. The first thing you should know is that the area of the square PQRS is equal to 6 into 6, which is equal to 36 centimeter square. That is the area of the entire square. Now you can easily calculate the area of triangle APQ. You can also calculate the area of triangle ASB, and you can also calculate the area of triangle BRQ. Once you subtract all these three areas from 36, the only area that is remaining is that of triangle ABQ. So that is what we are going to do. What is the area of triangle APQ? It is a right angle triangle. One side is 4 and the other side is 6. So its area will be equal to half into 4 into 6. That is equal to 24 by 2, which is equal to 12 centimeter square. If you are looking at the triangle BRQ, again you have both the sides as 4 and 6. So again its area will be half into 4 into 6. So this will also equal 12 centimeter square. Finally, if you are looking at the triangle ABS, one of its side is 2 and the other side is also equal to 2. So its area will equal half into 2 into 2. So this is equal to 2 centimeter square. So if you subtract these three areas, that is 12 plus 12 is 24, plus 2 is 26. From 36, the remaining area is 10 centimeter square, which will be the area of triangle ABQ. So the correct answer is 10 centimeter square. Now let us look at the next question. Abhilasha Singh is saying, any idea how long will this session be? I plan to end this session at around 9:45. So another 30 minutes roughly. This, in my opinion, is the most difficult question of today's stream. So try to do a good job. Anybody who got it correct, I feel has done a good job. If you haven't gotten it correct till now, just try to work it out. Take your time. We have 2.5 minutes for this question. Abhishek Mishra is saying, sir, bring some YouTube videos for CMAT 2021. Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of streaming for even CMAT. CMAT notification has just come yesterday. We have 5 mocks for CMAT. All of them are in the latest pattern. We'll also be doing a lot of streaming on YouTube, probably in the early months of February. If you're looking to enroll to our CMAT mocks, again you know which email ID to mail. Please email support@cracku.in. All of them are in the latest pattern and I think they will be quite useful for students. Okay, let us try to answer this question now. 34 people have gotten this correct. That is quite impressive because in my opinion this was a difficult question. At least if you know how to approach it, then you will be able to get it. So we are told that P is any point in a rectangle. You are given the rectangle ABCD and we are told that P is one of the points in the rectangle and you are required to find out the relationship between AP, PC, DP and PB. If you look at all the options, you have AP square, PB square, DP square and PC square. So the first thing that you should understand is that let us connect P to all the four vertices, that is P to B, P to C, P to D and P to A. Then let us try to calculate the lengths of each one of them. So how do we try to calculate the lengths? So if you are trying to calculate the length of AP, we will first draw a perpendicular from P to AB, something like this. Then we will draw a perpendicular from P to BC. We will also draw a perpendicular from P to CD and a perpendicular from P to AD. Now let us assume that the length of AB is equal to say P, capital P, and the length of CD will also equal capital P because this is a rectangle. The length of BC will be equal to, let us assume Q, and the length of AD will also equal Q. Now because P can be any point, we don't really know what is the lengths of the perpendiculars. So what we'll assume is that if these points are say X, Y, Z and W, let us assume that the length of BX is equal to say small x. Therefore, what is the length of AX? That will be equal to P minus X. Similarly, let us assume that the length of BY is equal to small y and therefore the length of CY will be equal to Q minus Y. Similarly, the length of CZ will also be equal to small x and the length of DZ will be equal to P minus X. The length of WD will be equal to Q minus Y and the length of AW will be equal to Y. Once you come this far, then answering the question will be quite easy. Now you can identify the length of AP square because this is a right angle triangle. The length of AP square is equal to P minus X whole square plus Y square. What is the length of PB square? PB square is again part of a right angle. This is equal to X square plus Y square. What is the length of PC square? The length of PC square is equal to Q minus Y whole square plus X square. And what is the length of PD square? The length of PD square is equal to Q minus Y whole square plus P minus X whole square. Now out of these four squares, you are supposed to sum up two pairs and try to identify which of the two pairs is always going to be equal. Note that X and Y can be any value. Similarly, P and Q also can be any value. We haven't been given any further information about P or Q or X or Y. So if you're looking at the squares, you should notice that there is one P minus X square in AP square and one P minus X whole square in PD square. So if you have an equal to, you should definitely keep both of them on the two different sides. One of them will be AP square and on the other side you will have PD square. Similarly, you will have Q minus Y whole square in PC square and Q minus Y whole square in PD square. So again, let us put both of them on two different sides. So this will be equal to PC square and the remaining one is PB square. Now try to verify if both of them are the same. What is the value of AP square? That will be equal to P minus X whole square plus Y square. And what is the value of PC square? The value of PC square is plus Q minus Y whole square plus Y square. This is the left hand side. And what is the right hand side? The right hand side is PD square, which is equal to Q minus Y whole square plus P minus X whole square plus PB square, which is equal to plus X square plus Y square. And as you can see, the left hand side will be exactly equal to the right hand side because all the terms will be exactly the same. This will be X square. So the correct answer over here will be that AP square plus PC square is equal to PD square plus PB square, which is option C. Now let us look at the next question. How many hours would the XAT decision making course need to be studied completely? I think this is a very useful course. I think the videos will be around, I think, 5 to 6 hours long. So I know for sure that it will be extremely beneficial for you. If you are looking for a way in which you wanted to approach the decision making section, which is a section that many people face a lot of difficulty and a lot of uncertainty, I would recommend you enrolling to our XAT decision making course. Anybody who has just joined the stream, if you guys can please like the stream, then it will reach more people. I'm actually very happy to see that a lot of people are getting this question correct. I know that this is not a very difficult question, but still it is very heartening to see that a lot of people are getting it correct and very few people are actually making any kind of silly mistake. So 50 people have gotten this question correct. Let us try to answer this question. The height of a triangle is equal to the perimeter of a square whose diagonal is 9 root 2 meters. If you have a square and if the diagonal of the square is equal to 9 root 2, then what is the length of the side of a square? The side will be equal to 9 meters. And if each side is equal to 9 meters, what is the perimeter of the square? The perimeter will be equal to 4 into 9, which is equal to 36 meters. This we are told is equal to the height of the triangle. This is 36 meters. And we are also told that the base of the same triangle is equal to the side of a square whose area is 784 meters square. If you have a square whose area is equal to 784, what is the side of the square? The side will be equal to square root of 784, which is equal to 28 meters. This is the base. Now what is the area of this triangle? That will be equal to half into base into height. This is equal to half into 28 into 36. This is 14. So this will equal 36 into 14. 36 into 14 is equal to 360 plus 36 into 4 is 144, which is equal to 504. So the correct answer is option A. Now let us look at the next question. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to message in the chat. Sankalp Bohidar is saying love from Odisha. Thanks, Sankalp. I did visit Orissa a few years back. I went to the Sun Temple in Puri. It's a very beautiful temple, very ancient temple. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Vinayak Sao is saying Puri Jagannath Temple. Yeah, I went to Konark only, Konark Sun Temple. I went to Bhubaneswar for some marriage. From there, I went to the Sun Temple in Konark. Okay, this is also a question which is similar to a question that we have solved earlier. Let us see if people get this correct. It is sad that many people have gotten this correct, because I felt this is not a very difficult question. Okay, in this question we are told that in a square PQRS, there are points A and B which lie on sides PQ and QR such that PA is equal to QB. So let us first draw the square. This is P, Q, R and S. Now we have points A and B which lie on sides PQ and QR. So this is A and QR, this is B. And we are told that PA is equal to QB. Now it is given that the area of the square is 900 centimeters square. So you know that the length of each side of the square is 30 centimeters. Now we are required to calculate the area of quadrilateral AQBS. So let us connect A to S and let us also connect B to S. Now we just know that PA is equal to QB, we just don't know how much the length of each of the sides are, each of P and QB are. Let us assume that PA is equal to X, so QB will also equal X. What is the length of AQ? It will be equal to 30 minus X. The length of BR will also be equal to 30 minus X. The length of SR is equal to the side of a square, which is equal to 30, and the length of PS is also equal to 30. We are asked to calculate the area of the quadrilateral AQBS. We know that the area of the square is 900 centimeters square. So we'll try to calculate the area of triangle PAS, and we'll calculate the area of triangle SRB. We'll sum up both of these areas and subtract it from 900 to get the area of the quadrilateral AQBS. What is the area of PAS? This is equal to half into 30 into X. This is equal to 15X. And what is the length of SRB? This is equal to half into 30 into 30 minus X. This is equal to 15 into 30 minus X. This is equal to 450 minus 15X. So if you are summing up both the triangles, the area of both the triangles PAS and PRS, that will be equal to 15X plus 450 minus 15X, which is equal to 450 centimeter square. The interesting part is that this is independent of X. So whatever is the value of X, the sum of triangle PAS and BRS will always be equal to 450 centimeter square. So then the area of the quadrilateral AQBS is just 900 minus 450 centimeter square, which is equal to 450 centimeter square. So the correct answer is option C. Now let us look at the next question. This also I felt is a slightly tricky question. Not very difficult, but slightly tricky. Okay, let us try to answer this question. Let us see how many people have gotten this correct. Only 6 people have gotten this question correct. 34 people have gotten this wrong. I knew that this was a difficult question, but I didn't expect so many people to get it wrong. So in this question, we are told that there are two walls on a building that need repairs. A ladder, the length of the ladder is 30 meters, is placed against the wall such that it reaches the first window, which is at a height of 26 meters. So suppose this is the first window, and let us assume that this is the ladder. The length of the ladder is given. The length of the ladder is 30 meters, and the height over here is 26 meters, and it touches the point at a point A, the ground. This is the ladder. Now we are also, let us assume that the foot of the building is say O, and the first window is say W1. Now the ladder slides down a little to reach the second window, so it will be somewhere over here, and it reaches a point B. Let's assume that this is B. This is a straight line. It touches the ground at a point B. The length of the ladder will remain the same, so this is still equal to 30 meters. What we are told is that the initial angle of elevation is say 2x, then the final angle is equal to x. That is, the initial angle is double the final angle of elevation. We are required to calculate the length of AB. So to do that, we need to first calculate the value of x, because we can easily calculate the length of AO. What is the length of AO? Because WOA is a right angle triangle. The length of the hypotenuse is 30 and one of the sides is 26. We can easily calculate the length of OA. That will equal square root of 30 square minus 26 square. This is equal to square root of 900 minus 676. This is equal to square root of 224. The value of square root of 224 will be very close to 15. So for the sake of this question, if you look at the options, we need not calculate the length of AB exactly. We are just asked to calculate the interval in which it will lie. So we can definitely take this to be equal to 15, because square root of 224 will be very close to 15, and we don't need to calculate the exact answer. We just need to figure out which interval it will lie in. So if you are assuming that the length of AO is equal to 15, we have one side equal to 15 and the hypotenuse to be equal to 30. So we can calculate the value of 2x, because cos 2x will equal the adjacent side, which is equal to 15, divided by the hypotenuse, which is equal to 30, or this will equal half. So if cos 2x is equal to half, the value of 2x will be equal to 60 degrees, or the value of x is equal to 30 degrees. So now we know the final angle of elevation, that is x, this will equal 30 degrees. So if you are trying to calculate the length of OB will be equal to 30, which is the hypotenuse, into cos 30 degrees. Cos 30 degrees is equal to root 3 by 2. So this is equal to 15 into root 3, or this is equal to 15 into 1.732. If you calculate the value, it will be approximately equal to 25.98. You already know that the length of OA is equal to 15. So the length of AB will be equal to 25.98 minus 15, or that will equal 10.98. So the interval in which the length of AB will lie is that it is greater than 10.5 meters. So the correct answer is option E. Let us now look at the final question. Prashant Vasantarajan is saying, I'm guessing we lost momentum after the CAT wreck. I know CAT was difficult, but if you look at the entire year 2020, it was a very difficult year for the entire world. So I understand that CAT has been difficult and many people were demotivated. It was not something that they had prepared for, but there is nothing that you can really do about it. So just focus on the good things. The good things is that the pandemic seems to be slowly receding. You still have many more examinations to come. So try to give the best in the coming examinations. This is the final question of today's session. Rupa Tiwari has gotten 20 marks, so I think probably he'll be winning. Rupa Ari Agarwal, Rupa Trivedi and Mehul Chaudhary, they are the top 3 as of now. We have 150 people, close to 150 people who are live right now. If you guys can please like the stream, that will mean a lot to us. And we plan to do a lot of streams in the coming 10 days. So if you guys can please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. And whenever we are doing a stream, you will get a notification and then you can join in. Okay, let us try to answer this question now. In this question, we are told that a circle has a diameter of 16 centimeters and it has a chord of length 8 centimeters. So let us assume that this is the circle. Let us assume that there is a chord and the length of the chord is 8 centimeters. We will assume that the chord is AB and the center of the circle is say O. If you connect O to A, what is the length of OA? That will equal the radius of the circle. As its diameter is equal to 16 centimeters, the radius will be equal to 8. OB will also be equal to 8. And the length of AB, which is the length of the chord, is given to us as also equal to 8. So angle AOB, all the 3 sides are of equal length. So it is an equilateral triangle. Therefore, all its angles will be equal to 60 degrees. Now what we are asked to calculate is the length of the smaller arc. So the smaller arc is over here, which is subtending an angle of 60 degrees at the center. So the length of the arc will be equal to 60 degrees, that is the angle that it is subtending at the center, divided by 360 degrees, which is the angle around a point, into pi r square. So pi into what is the value of the radius, it is equal to 8. So 8 into 8. 60 by 160 is equal to 1 by 6. So this will equal 64 pi by 6. Wait a minute, I made a mistake. It won't be pi r square because that will be the area of the chord. We are looking for the length of the arc. So you should not multiply it with the area of the circle. You should multiply it with 2 pi r, which is the circumference of the circle. So in this particular case, what is the total circumference of the circle? That will equal 2 pi r. What is the angle that is subtended by the minor arc? That is equal to 60 degrees. So if you are looking for the length of the arc, that will be equal to 60 degrees divided by 360 degrees into the total circumference, which is equal to 2 pi r. So this will be equal to 60 by 360 into 2 into pi into 8. So this is equal to 1 by 6. This will be equal to 1 by 3. So that is equal to 8 pi by 3. So the correct answer will be 8 pi by 3. That will be the length of the minor arc AB. If you have any doubts, please message here in the chat. I made a mistake earlier. I thought we were calculating the area of the minor arc, area of that chord, but over here we are only looking for the length of the minor arc. So that will be the angle subtended at the center into the total circumference, which is 2 pi r. Okay guys, thanks for joining in today's stream. We plan to conduct some more streams in the coming days. So yeah, if you want to join, please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. Jatin Lalwani is saying thanks for the stream and for the XAT DM course. He has just enrolled. Thanks a lot, Jatin. I hope you do well in the examination. Okay then, have a good night.